Kasha's Bazaar has an unconventional inventory for the discerning geek collector. Comic book-related collectibles, vintage New Orleans items, militaria, and plenty for your mundane friends. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jefferson Highway, the Unflea Market.
The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway. 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coo's is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
Join us this fall at Contraflow, September 30th through October 2nd, a science fiction convention featuring writers, artists, and entertainers from all over the country. Contraflow will have gaming, music, an art gallery, vendors, and more. This year's author guest of honor is writer Ben Bova, 6-time winner of the Hugo Award and former editorial director of Omni Magazine. Contraflow, September 30th through October 2nd at the Airport Hilton Kenner. For more information, check out their website at contraflow.org or find them on Facebook.
Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
Good afternoon, New Orleans. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280, coming to you live from the tubbyandcoos.com studios. This is David D. Squared to Corbier with
Brian Held.
How the hell are you, Brian
I
Held?
am wonderful, sir.
I'm not one of your fancy Viridian tea commercials. Don't get all lusty.
All right.
All right, guys, as usual, we strongly urge you to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek. Check out our website at twigradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio, and the Instagrams, The Week in Geek. Now, Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show?
Well, once we're off the air, we're going to take the recording and put it on Spreaker. That's Spreaker.com, or you can download Spreaker for your smartphone or tablet. You can also find us on iTunes, YouTubes, and at FoxSportsAM1280.com.
What is YouTubes? Is that something new? Is that the knockoff version of YouTube? Speaking of Spreaker, we've got like 2 new followers, man.
Yeah,
we're at 96. Suck it, Trebek. Speaking of sucking Trebek, Skungy's not here.
Well, but you know what? Go ahead and play his intro.
Okay, we'll do that.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
He might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo!
So,
he's not here.
Skungy.
Where is he?
Oh, jeez. So, Skungy is not fired, guys.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to let you fire that dude. He's too awesome. But
whatever.
He is out in Anaheim at the Gamestop Managers Conference.
Oh, okay. Well, then he can be there.
Well, actually, and he's working for us, right? Because he'll be out next week as well. And then when he comes back, he is going to be our guest on the show to talk about all the things that he's finding out about.
Wait, he's going to be a guest?
Yeah, we're going to bring him in here and just
crazy talk. It's ludicrous.
But, we want to find out about all the cool stuff. Like, for example, he posted to his Facebook page that a picture of him and Ed Boon, the creator of Mortal Kombat.
Finish him.
Yes, which I looked at and I was like, I don't care because there's a Bethesda booth behind you, Skungy.
Turn around. You jackass.
So, yeah, he said they're showing Dishonored, too, all week long over there. Yeah, so we'll hear all about it.
Honestly, I was shocked at how much I really enjoyed Dishonored.
Yeah.
I really was shocked because, I mean, the build-up with like, they did the whole, what was that? What's that show on Sci-Fi where they do the makeup, the makeup artist? Face Off.
Yeah.
They did a whole episode on that. And it just looks so bad. And so that episode of Face Off turned me off on the game. And then it came for free on Xbox Gold. And I'm like, oh, well, it's free.
Right.
And I loved it.
Yeah. Well, so I want to talk about real quick that we do actually have a pick in lieu of Skungy. Yeah, but I wanted to mention
Sacrilege.
Our thanks to the guys with the Independent Gaming League. This past weekend was the Bayou Beatdown. They had a $3,000 purse. This was at the Carver Theater. Over there, was it Orleans? Is it?
Yeah, it's Orleans.
And I stopped by for a little while to check it out. A lot of folks playing Super Smash Brothers, which blows me away that you have this GameCube game that's still just so massively popular.
It is highly competitive.
Oh, it is. And I mean, those guys have got some mean skills. And I was watching some of the folks preparing with Street Fighter V is what those guys off to the side were working on for that tournament later in the day.
So when they're going up to play, do they do some sort of like, and then this gotta?
Well, they
weighing in that.
no, but they did have a stage set up. It was really nice. They had a huge screen showing the featured competitors in that round, and they were up there. You could see the game that they were playing, and they had commentators who were talking about the match. Yeah, so
how do we get their job?
We're working on it. Because as I was sitting there, they were like, "Hey, if anybody'd like to come commentate on the game," and I was like, "Should I go run up there? Maybe." Yeah. So the Bayou Beatdown series is going to continue. I think they want to do it on a monthly basis. So we're waiting on more information from those guys. But there's definitely more video game tournaments coming from the Independent Gaming League soon.
I still remember the website, igl.gg.
It's very unique. You remember it, even though you didn't believe it.
I don't believe it works. I just remember the website they tried to tell us to tell people.
And it still works.
Sure it does.
So
so what is not Skungy's not pick of the week?
Well, so 2K released Bioshock the Collection. It's a remastered edition of Bioshock, Bioshock 2, and Bioshock Infinite. Now, of course, I played these games on the PC, so they were already...
Oh, so they're already crap.
They were already awesome. Yeah, so I don't know how much different the remastered edition is, but...
if they're remastered for the PC, it means they finally came up to, console grades.
Mm-hmm. So... You do realize that we have 4K on PC. We've been having it for years, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's resolution, Dave. Come on, get with the picture.
I thought you were talking a marathon.
In any case, these are. Have you played the Bioshock games?
No, it's too creepy, man. That's the one with the little creepy kid and the robot with the big drill.
Yeah, the little sisters.
I ain't playing that game. That's too creepy, man.
Dude,
I like sleeping. I don't want nightmares. I have kids.
There are some great jump scares in Bioshock.
See, I made a wise decision.
Where you're doing your thing or whatever, and you will just turn around in game, and there's a guy right in your face, dude. It is
not cool.
Yeah, no, it's
not
good.
Cool.
And I didn't finish the first Bioshock, but I got all the way through Infinite. It's a great game, dude. Great graphics. I like the storyline. And what was interesting is when you get to the end, it doesn't end. There's a whole finale to the storyline where it wraps up. It rolls the credits. There were behind the scenes footage in the credits. Even there's a big deal. There's a musical scene with one of the main characters. And they went into the studio and showed all of that action, and then you get to the end, and there's a little more game left, right? You can actually take the controls.
Well, you're talking about musicals. That little tease for Top Nerd News.
Yeah.
There's going to be 2 cool nerd shows that are going to do a crossover, and it'll be a musical episode. But that'll be in Top Nerd News.
Yeah, it will.
All right, so price and platform, Skungy.
So they're on all of them. It's Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC for $60.
Ooh.
Yeah,
$60.
$60. That's
so why isn't it not cheaper for the PC?
Because it's
apparently y'all did all the heavy lifting.
Well, we always do, right? I mean, these games are developed.
You're
on
magnanimous. All right. So I mean, have you been playing it? I mean, you already played it then, huh?
I've already played through it. I already have a copy because I have a copy on Steam, which means I'll always have that copy, right?
Oh.
And I can't lose the physical disc like you get, right?
I download them off of Xbox One now, man. I haven't bought an actual floppy disk in years.
Oh, wow. And you finally got off of 56K modem connection?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, no, I've been playing Hawken. It's this. It's a free download game. It's like Mech Warrior.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's you get to run around in a huge mech and shoot people.
Yeah.
So you get to be like a big robot and you fight other squads of robots and you blow people up.
I thought you hated those games. I thought those
I
kids
do
always
because
beat
I have to
you.
play with other people.
Yeah.
But it's okay. You don't see the other people and you just shoot them. It's kind of like that other little game that I used to like, Rocket League.
Yeah.
Yeah, bite-sized friendship. You know, I don't want to talk to you. I just want to murder you.
Yeah. No. The only thing I've pretty much stopped playing No Man's Sky. I just don't have time to mess with it. And the Overwatch. I've been trying to get about an hour or so of that in every day just to kind of see what's going on, kind of follow the updates and things like that. In fact, the new league, the new season, competitive season is out, season 2, and I need to get my games in for that. But I love it, man. I can't. It's like an updated Team Fortress 2. I love playing Team Fortress 2. It was always my go-to game. Overwatch is now my new go-to game. Well,
I'm playing this music because apparently we have a NASA scientist on the line.
Yeah,
and you know, I think he's calling from the Paramount lot where they filmed the moon landing.
Oh, stop. Guys, when we get back after the break, we're going to have Dr. Jared Espley. He's the Juno Program Scientist at NASA headquarters, and he's going to give us an update on all the cool things that Juno's been finding out about Jupiter. So, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back right after these short commercial messages.
This report is brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Still have a bit of delay on I-10 westbound near Carrollton Avenue, and then slow again heading out to Metairie and Kenner on I-10 west. Still seeing a backup between Clearview and Power. And we also have some slowing on I-12 eastbound as you make your way from Goodby toward Covington. Also watch for some slowing at the high rise on I-10 eastbound, starting at the 610 merge. I'm Lisa Baque. If you see traffic problems, call 504-620-1000.
As a parent, you can't help but look at your child and dream about what the future holds. But while you're dreaming, consider this. The odds that your child will be diagnosed with autism are 1 in 68. Catching it early can make a world of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org. This report is brought to you by Foundation for a Better Life.
Few pop-up showers and thunderstorms in the Gulf of Mexico will continue to work their way into southeast Louisiana this afternoon, so we'll be on the watch for scattered showers and thunderstorms at 87. Early shower tonight with a few clouds, a low 80. More storms on tap for Friday with a high 86. Storms on Saturday, high 86. Richard Wedding at the Weather Channel on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
This is water. Can you feel this, Helen? Yes, water! Helen, it's water!
Deaf and blind, Helen Keller overcame her world of darkness. Foresight, pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
I was 11 years old at my first national championships. I fell I don't know how many times.
Michelle Kwan is the most decorated figure skater in U.S. history.
But I had a dream. My dream came true because I dedicated myself.
Dedication made Michelle Kwan a champion.
I was passionate about something, and I made sure that I worked hard for it.
And dedication can make your dreams a reality.
Whatever your dream and goals are, they can come true.
Dedication. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Here's a little fiction masqueraded as facts. Did you know that banks don't give loan modifications just because you're paying your mortgage loan late? A lot of people believe this and have been told this, but it's wrong. I'm John Hope Bryant, the founder of Operation Hope. Let us help you negotiate with your lender in a logical way with a HUD-certified counselor for free to save your home today. Call 888-388-HOPE today or visit our website for more tips at operationhope.org.
Come to Contraflow Sci-Fi Convention September 30th through October 2nd at the Airport Hilton in Kenner. Contraflow has writers, artists, and entertainers from all over the country. Vendors, gaming, music, and more at Contraflow September 30th through October 2nd. Find us at contraflow.org.
The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway. 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com.
Kasha's Bazaar, located at 5727 Justin Highway, across from Red, White, and Blue. Geeky collectibles and more. Find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Kasha's Bazaar. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Justin Highway, the Unflea Market. Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
My name is Optimus Prime, and you are listening to The Week in Geek. Autobots, transform and roll out.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week of Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
D Squared.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. So we got a guest.
We do. We have Dr. Jared Espley. He's the Juno Program Scientist at NASA headquarters, and he's on the line. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. How about you guys?
Oh, we're great, man. We have been waiting so long to have you come back on the show. We're so excited about this update you have for us. What's going on with Juno?
Well, last time we talked, we and your listeners might recall, the Juno spacecraft had just arrived at Jupiter after a 5-year journey to get there.
Right.
And now, most recently, just in the past couple of weeks, we finally had the spacecraft come back around in its orbit. It's in an orbit going around the planet. And this time, we actually had all of our science instruments turned on for the first time. That first time through, it was 100% focused on making sure that rocket engine fired the way it was supposed to focus. And then we scientists just had to wait. But we waited, and we got all kinds of awesome data back, even on just this very first close pass in. So we're super excited about the stuff that we're starting to get down.
Well, and I know for the lay folks out here, pictures are what we get first, right? To kind of get understanding of what you guys are doing, and of course we saw some great pictures of NASA's poles. Not NASA, Jupiter's poles, and it was to you guys, as I understand it, was very intriguing. Not something that you guys expected to see, right?
That's right. Yeah. So exactly when I, as a scientist, when I say data, of course I include pictures in that. It's all the information that we can get. But yeah, exactly. Probably the most striking thing, certainly for anybody who's just casually interested, are those pictures. So everybody has kind of a mental picture of Jupiter in their mind. It's got these bands that go across near the equator, the red and orange bands.
And the big red spot.
The big red spot.
Yeah.
Well, we got these beautiful images of the poles, and you can see that they are, if you guys have seen them, I guess your listeners maybe might want to go check them out. They can see in this image that there's no bands there any longer. It's these whirling swirls of gigantic storms larger than Earth, that are swirling up there in the northern pole regions. And they're not organized into bands the way they are at the equator. So that's one of the very first striking things that we as the science team have seen, and now humanity has seen it as well.
So now, remind us again how quick these pictures get back, that how fast it's sending it back to Earth?
Yeah, so the actual time of travel for a radio signal, the speed of light between Jupiter and Earth, right now is about 48 minutes. So that's how long it takes just for the signal to get there. And then, of course, you got to transmit all the data. Everybody understands how sometimes you have good, Wi-Fi connections or whatnot. We don't have the greatest Wi-Fi connection. We actually use, of course, radio frequencies. So it's not the fastest data rate. So it takes a little while to get each individual picture down.
That's because you got
all the other data we get.
Yeah, no, you got those Comcast guys out there on Jupiter trying to get that signal out. It's just not working out.
Yeah. You give them a call, and they'll tell you there'll be there sometime between 9 and noon Jupiter time. Great thing.
But did the Sprint guy get there first? Can you hear me now?
So, there were also some pictures of the infrared spectrum on the southern pole that I don't even. You guys were intrigued. What does that mean? What were those those kind of that aurora that you could see. What was that?
Yeah, so that exactly was very awesome. So let me take a step back. Aurora in general, at all planets, including our own, are caused by energetic particles coming from space. They come into an atmosphere and they strike the atmosphere and they cause whatever's in the atmosphere, whatever gases are in a particular planet's atmosphere, to glow and emit light. And they can emit different types of light. They can emit the infrared light, which sometimes we think of as heat or like night vision type stuff. They can also emit light in the visual, so you can see it with your own eyes. In fact, you can. If you go to our own north and southern poles, you can see the aurora. And they also emit in the ultraviolet. And so the images that you're talking about are these very first ones you released of the infrared aurora. And they're really crazy looking. There's all these bands and stripes, and there's all these little dots of where the energetic particles must be entering the Jupiter atmosphere, the Jovian atmosphere. And we don't know exactly what's causing all the structure. We know that part of it is caused by the interaction of the solar wind, which is the high-energy particles that are in space. But we also know that, or at least we suspect, that a lot of it is driven also by particles coming out of the volcanoes of the moons of Jupiter. So you've got these volcanoes on a moon that are then getting energized and striking the atmosphere of the mother planet and making these beautiful light shows that are there on the pole.
That is awesome.
It is awesome. That's incredible. Now, have you guys with your array of instrumentation managed to peer through the cloud structure of Jupiter? Have you seen the planet itself?
We have. So in a sense. So one of the major science goals for Juno overall is to understand the interior of the planet. Because many of the previous missions, of which actually there have been pretty few to Jupiter, but also images that we get from Earth, from, say, Hubble or something, can tell us a lot about what's going on in the clouds and the upper atmosphere of Jupiter. But we never really understood what's going on the inside. And so we have specific instruments on board Juno to try and do exactly that. And in particular, we have an investigation that studies the gravity field that comes from the interior of the planet.
Okay.
And then we also have a magnetometer, which can study the magnetic fields that are being produced in the interior of the planet. So those instruments together can, in fact, let us get a sense of what's going on the inside. Now, to answer your question, we're still trying to figure out what we're seeing with those instruments. Those instruments in particular are going to work best once we have multiple orbits and we can build up kind of a network of observations around the planet. With just one orbital passing close to the planet, we kind of just have a snapshot of what's going on in there.
Okay.
And so to really get going, we'll have to have a look with multiple orbits.
So how many orbits have we done now?
Just the one, right?
Just the one, yep. So one complete one, and we're coming back around for the second really big one. They're in 53-day orbit right now, the spacecraft is, so it takes a really long time to fly all the way out to the outer reaches and then come back in. But we're about to fire our engine again in a week or so to reduce the orbit so that we get in much closer. Then we'll be much closer overall. And then we'll be doing every 2 weeks. We'll be having a close pass.
And how many passes do y'all want to make before y'all crash landed into the moons?
Yeah, so we're aiming to get a total of 36. I think 32 are those close-in passes, and then you count a couple of these big ones, and we got one or two spares built in there. So the plan overall is 36 total close passes.
And which moon did you want to crash in? Europa? Is that?
Yeah, so Europa is exactly the moon that we're most concerned about, but it's actually the opposite. We don't want to crash into Europa, and the reason for that is really cool. Because we think there's liquid water underneath an ice shell at Europa. So we think there's actually basically a whole world full of ocean there at Europa. And wherever there's water on Earth, there's life. So nobody knows. We have no idea. But
start an intergalactic war.
There could be life there at Europa. So we don't want to crash into it. We want to crash into Jupiter instead.
No, that's cool. And actually, we're talking about the moons. I have this little tidbit. At the end of every one of our shows, we do This Week in Geek History. And as I was setting up the segment for today's show, I came across this little tidbit on September 14th, 1974. Charles Kowal discovers the 13th satellite of the planet Jupiter, which will later be named Leda. Now, are y'all everything's focused at Jupiter on all these passes. You're not touching any of the moons, are you?
No, not specifically. Only really kind of indirectly with the aurora that I talked about before. We can see the effects from the volcanoes, in particular from Io, on the planet itself. But especially with these close passes, the moons are actually comparatively far away, and so our instruments can really, make very good observations of the moons so far.
All right. Well, cool. So, folks can, of course, go to nasa.gov. And I know there's what's the specific Juno mission site?
Yeah, it's really easy. It's nasa.gov/Juno, Juno. Yep.
Yeah, no. And so much more data to come in the coming weeks and months. You said at orbit every 53 days. So, are y'all going to put out some sort of press release kind of timed with those orbits as you get more information?
Yeah, we absolutely are. So we'll probably have another press release for some of the more science analysis we've just been doing in the past couple of weeks, sometime in the next couple of weeks. And then when we have our next close-up pass afterwards, sometime in October, I forget the exact date off the top of my head, we'll also, of course, be releasing even more images and scientific results at that time as well.
So when we don't hear anything from you guys for a while, that means y'all discovered life, right? And you just, not telling us, right?
Well, you didn't hear it from me. No, scientists are usually pretty cautious about things, and we like to look things over. It's the real usual answer why it takes a little time.
Awesome. Well, Dr. Espley, thank you so much for your time. If you don't mind, I'm going to contact you again. We'll set up something in maybe a few months, get another update.
Yep. That sounds perfect. I'd be delighted to do that.
No, that's great. All right, well, so thank you so much for your time. We're going to talk to you again soon. Guys, stay tuned. When we get back, it's Top Nerd News as always. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280.
This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life.
Telling on the North Shore still have some backup on I-12 East between Goodby and Covington, and some slowing left on the approach to the high-rise on I-10 East, starting near Louisa. Traffic looks pretty good, heading out of the CBD toward Metairie and Kenner. No problems reported on the Crescent City connection or the UAP Long Bridge. If you see traffic problems, call us. 504-620-1000. I'm Lisa Baque.
She didn't just visit the sick and poor. She moved in with them because they needed help. Mother Teresa couldn't do it all, but she gave her all. Compassion. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
You've got the control. Just type in your favorite artists and iHeartRadio creates custom stations for free. Commercial-free artist stations you control by thumbing songs up or down. iHeartRadio is free. Free to download. Free to use. That's control. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free. Download and open our iHeartRadio app or listen online at iHeartRadio.com.
AutoZone presents Peak Performance. Maximizing fuel economy, engine life, and overall performance doesn't take a lot. Just the bare minimum, thanks to fuel treatment and fluids from AutoZone. And right now, buy one 12-ounce can of Chevron Techron Complete Fuel System Cleaner and get one free. So visit your local AutoZone. With over 5,000 locations, the right supplies and good advice are just around the corner, so you can fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
See store for restrictions and details.
Just imagine sitting front row watching Bob Dylan with Tom Petty, Eric Clapton, and George Harrison. Well, now you can get that experience whenever you want it. Just say hello, Quello. That's Quello. With a subscription to Quello Concerts, you can watch thousands of the most incredible concerts and music documentaries ever from your TV or on the go. Just go to Quello.com. That's Quello. Bowie, Pink Floyd, Muse, the Rolling Stones, Tedeschi Trucks Band, the Eagles, Santana, and so many more. Just go to your app store or go to Quello.com to start your free trial right now and say hello, Quello.
At iHeartMedia, we've harnessed the power of sound in a way that can help you expand your reach to a new group of target customers and grow your business through customized and effective advertising. Call 844-BUY-RADIO or go to iHeartMedia.com.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help you help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
Kasha's Bazaar has an unconventional inventory for the discerning geek collector. Comic book-related collectibles, vintage New Orleans items, militaria, and plenty for your mundane friends. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jefferson Highway, the Unflea Market.
The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway. 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com.
Join us this fall at Contraflow, September 30th through October 2nd, a science fiction convention featuring writers, artists, and entertainers from all over the country. Contraflow will have gaming, music, an art gallery, vendors, and more. This year's author guest of honor is writer Ben Bova, 6-time winner of the Hugo Award and former editorial director of Omni Magazine. Contraflow, September 30th through October 2nd at the Airport Hilton in Kenner. For more information, check out their website at contraflow.org or find them on Facebook.
Hello, creeps. It's me, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to The Week in Geek.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
D-Squared.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. All right, so, are we going to go straight in Top Nerd News?
Yes.
Okay. I totally knew that was going to be happening. And now, your top nerd news stories from around the world, brought to you by Kasha's Bazaar at 5727 Jefferson Highway. And now, your top nerd news stories.
All right, Dave. So, I think you're trying to...
Spit it out! What?
I think you're trying to...
Are you taunting me? I don't understand what you're doing.
I think you're trying to even the scales.
Why?
Right? So when we put the show together, guys, you know, Dave and I go back and forth all week long, you know, saving articles, looking at different things to bring up.
Right.
And you have been bringing me nothing but reboots. Are you trying to give me a heart attack, Dave?
Dude, it has nothing to do with it.
Oh, my God.
It's not my fault. It really is not my fault. There's only, 2 reboots in this thing?
That's enough, right? So, look, you know, there's an Alien Nation remake coming from Midnight Special Director Jeff Nichols. Do we really need to remake Alien Nation?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, look.
When's the last time they made Alien Nation? It was like in the 80s, and then they did the TV series, and it wasn't half bad.
And I enjoyed it. I really liked that. But there's so many new properties. Let's get something.
Okay, let's think about Star Trek, and I'm not trying to equate Alien Nation with Star Trek, but I sort of am in the morality tales.
Okay.
I mean, the entire concept of the show revolved around aliens, you know, coming into America,
right,
and the xenophobia that was thrust upon them, and they're just trying to come here to, you know, earn a buck and, you know, live the American dream.
No, they crash landed.
I know, but they crash landed on the other side of our wall. See what I'm doing there? I'm just saying that, no, it would be a nice way to retell a tale that might need a little telling.
Oh,
especially in this election season.
That's in the current zeitgeist.
Correct.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I mean, you know, back then, you know, everybody wasn't afraid of illegal aliens, and now that seems to be the catchphrase.
Well, yeah.
And I think that it would be rather timely.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. You're getting close to that political line, Dave.
No, I know. Yeah. I'm not trying to go there. I'm
yeah,
just saying that. But when I was reading the article, that was one of the points they made, and I thought it was actually an interesting point.
No, and I could see that. You know,
and I just want to watch that again and just think of Ron Burgundy. You know, milk was a bad choice because they got drunk on sour milk.
I know.
It's just so nasty and awesome at the same time.
No, it was. I was talking about somebody today. Wasn't detergent a drug for them?
It was something like that. They would shoot it up and they'd become like they'd Hulk out. Awesome.
Well, the other reboot that we saw is to be directed by Conrad Vernon. It's the Toxic Avenger.
This one I'm not so happy about.
Yeah, like
I didn't do this one to try to set you off. I mean, This was a great cheesy 80s flick. I mean, they even made a god-awful cartoon about it. Toxic Crusaders.
Oh, yeah.
I even watched the theme song of it while I was doing the research, and I just couldn't help but laugh and watch the 80s style cartoons with like the larger heads and the small hands smell like cabbage. That kind of thing. But I mean, why do they want to remake this? Because they're going to make it look good. And that's the problem. What made this movie so perfect was that it was bad acting, bad filmography, and just bad makeup.
No, yeah. No, it was.
They're going to try to do it right. I mean, one of the words and the things, like, we want to put a more, what was it? A more rich feeling. Yeah, a more rich tone. It's like, I'm like, are you kidding me? It's a little Jersey teenager falls into a vat of toxic chemicals and starts ripping people's, thoraxes out.
Yeah, no, the only thing that makes those movies is the fact that they're so campy, right?
Yeah.
And then they had all the stuff.
Surf Nazis must die!
Yeah, and Class of Nuke 'Em High.
Oh, that was one of my favorites. I love Class of Nuke 'Em High. That's good stuff there.
Yeah, so
maybe they're going to remake that soon, too.
Oh, God, please, no.
I honestly, I don't even know what to say about it anymore, and I just put it in the notes. I was just kind of hoping something better would come along, but nothing else really came along.
Yeah. Well, you were kind of excited earlier. I mean, is the Jaded Music Major excited about what's coming up for The Flash and Supergirl?
Yes, I am. I'm getting in touch with my feminine side. Dude, all I can think is that they even kind of hinted that might have a little West Side Story feel. When you're a jet to the... So, no, so The Flash and Supergirl. Supergirl actually moved from CBS. She's now on the CW.
Okay.
And I think October, not 13th, that's Supernatural. I have the fall countdown list somewhere with all the premiere dates.
In like a 4-point font that you can't read, right?
Yeah, I know. Small hands. So they it's the Flash and Supergirl. It's going to be like the mid-season finale, so it's going to be like 6 months away. But they are going to do a musical with it, and they're even talking about even using the Lin from what's the name? Lin-Manuel Miranda from Hamilton.
Yeah.
So they're going to put like a real new feel on it. And shockingly enough, your boy the Flash and Supergirl were both in Glee. So they can carry a tune in a bucket, unlike you.
No, I never claimed that I could sing.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Because I just shot that down with a quickness. But no, actually, I'm pretty excited about this. They did a Supernatural musical episode. I mean, so hey, one of the best parts about the CW is that they're not afraid to make these kinds of episodes. And that's what I'm excited about because, NBC, ABC, CBS... It's just the same old crap. They just come up with a new idea and polish a new turd and just try to sell it to us.
Right.
So, bravo, CW.
Yeah, no, I want more new stuff. I want more, you
want more musicals? All right, you're going to get it. More musicals. Brian Held has spoken.
I'll take musicals.
All right.
While we're talking about TV, we saw what?
Vroom, vroom?
Yeah, Ghost Rider. We saw Ghost Rider.
He's not riding a bike though. He's riding a car.
Well, okay. So there are multiple iterations of Ghost Rider from the Marvel comics. One of the originals.
You have to school me. Yeah.
Yeah, he was riding a horse.
Oh well, yeah.
And then he had a car.
That was in the movie too.
Yeah, exactly. So riding a car, motorcycle. Actually, they had a ton of different versions of Ghost Rider in the Marvel Comics Secret Wars.
I do remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
So yeah, no, we got him in a car, but I'm excited. I'm liking the fact that we're getting a little bit of crossover stuff. We're getting an established Marvel character into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I'm unexcited the fact that I'm going to have to go binge watch season 1 through 4 to catch up.
Oh, that's right. You haven't caught up at all.
Dude, I haven't even finished Daredevil. I still got to watch Jessica Jones. Luke Cage comes out next Friday, I believe, or 2 Fridays from now.
Hey, you were laid up for a whole week, just slacking off.
Yeah, I was working. Everybody's like, "Oh, I hope you're resting." And like, I had a heart attack next day. I'm like back on the road because I'm a Dumas.
Yes, you are. But I can't believe you're that far behind. But no, it's all good stuff. You have to give the first season, a little bit of it takes a bit, right?
Okay.
Even Josh Whedon said, he's like, look, you got to give it time. You got to let it build up. So,
what was it? Josh Whedon supposed to be attached to possibly do the Flash Supergirl crossover. I forgot about that. Josh Whedon because he did the Buffy musical.
Yeah, that's true. Are we?
It's Superman.
It is.
Da-da-da-da.
Oh, is it already break time?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Is there something else you want to get to? I can cut the music.
Well, did you have that Gotham clip?
I do, but you know what? That's a great idea to tease the audience, Brian.
All right, so we'll bring it after the break. We'll cut This Week Geek History a little bit short and do that clip in a minute.
All right, guys, stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280.
I'm beginning to believe that other than love and religion, nothing changes your life more than moving your credit score 120 points. I'm John Hope Bryant, founder, chairman, CEO of Operation Hope, and we're working to expand and lift up your credit scores. Operation Hope is partnering with major financial institutions to bring hope inside to places where you shop and flock. Through the Hope 700 Credit Score Communities Initiative, we are helping people with free counseling, loan originations, modifications, and more. Go to OperationHope.org today. The mortgage crisis may not have the attention it had before, but many people are still dealing with this every day. I'm the founder of Operation Hope. My name is John Hope Bryant. Losing your home is unthinkable. Let Operation Hope offer HUD-certified foreclosure prevention professionals to help you negotiate with your lender, apply for a loan modification, or take other steps to avoid foreclosure. Call Operation Hope on our 24-hour-a-day hotline at 888-388-HOPE. That's 888-388-4673.
You've got VIP status for great savings at Macy's. Use your Macy's card or pass and take an extra 25% off, even on designers that rarely go on sale. And earn $10 instantly on every $50 fragrance or cosmetics purchase. Save on sportswear for her, fine jewelry, handbags, juniors and young men's tees, Martha Stewart bedding basics, and more. Get the red carpet treatment at Macy's VIP sale. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, one block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
Join us this fall at Contraflow, September 30th through October 2nd, a science fiction convention featuring writers, artists, and entertainers from all over the country. Contraflow will have gaming, music, an art gallery, vendors, and more. This year's author guest of honor is writer Ben Bova, 6-time winner of the Hugo Award and former editorial director of Omni Magazine. Contraflow, September 30th through October 2nd at the Airport Hilton in Kenner. For more information, check out their website at contraflow.org or find them on Facebook.
Final round.
This is the Week in Geek.
Excellent.
On Fox Sports 1280.
Outstanding.
Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios.
Fight.
Here's David and Brian.
Finish him.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
D Squared.
And I can't wait for the cue. I'm sorry.
What? What is wrong with you? You're so excited. What are you excited about?
Hey, look.
I'm the one who needs Ritalin.
I know. So a lot of new TV coming out, and next Monday at 7 Central, it's Gotham on Fox 8. And our friends over at Fox 8 Studios sent us a clip of Bruce.
Yeah, they're partners of ours with iHeartMedia. Here it comes.
My father fought and died for what he believed was right. And if necessary, so will I.
Wayne Enterprises runs Indian Hill, but who runs Wayne Enterprises?
I wanted to say direct Watertown.
Incorrect.
While trapped in Indian Hill at the very end of season 2, Bruce discovers that a secret council had hired Hugo Strange and had been behind the murder of Bruce's parents. It's them that wanted me dead. We're so close, Alfred. We're so close to the ultimate truth. This secret court mysteriously controls everybody's lives. Bruce left Gotham for his own safety. I needed time to research them. I couldn't do it here.
Okay.
I have a plan, but these people are powerful. We need to assume they know you and I are friends. You need to be careful.
Got it.
I'm serious.
I can see that.
When he came back, he knew that he had to deal with them, and he decides that he is going to bring them down and bring them to justice. I do this, there's no turning back. That launches him into a whole other set of adventures and discoveries for season 3.
Bruce, you wanted to talk.
Mondays, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
On Fox 8.
That's 7 Central. So, it looks like season 3 is going to be pretty exciting. And Lucifer, have you caught Lucifer?
Yeah, I have.
And I
like it. He's a good-looking dude.
Yeah.
He's dead sexy.
Well, of course. All right, well...
he's Lucifer.
He is. All right, that was the carryover of Top Nerd News. Do you want to get into This Week in Geek History?
Absolutely.
This Week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future!
Yes! Oh my gosh!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Five Stones Media. Find them on the net at fivestonesmedia.com. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
So I think I got some pretty good stuff for this week.
You think?
I think, yeah.
I think you're wrong.
First on my list, September 12th, 1983. Sees the release of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero.
Yo, Joe!
Dude, it half-hour animated television series based on the toy line from Hasbro and the comic book series from Marvel Comics. It was started with 2 5-part miniseries in 1983 and 84. Became a regular series, ran in syndication from 85 to 86. You know, I was like 8 when that came out.
I rented the movie that came out later.
Yeah.
From a Schwegmans.
Right, yeah.
And that was the one with Cobra. La, 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 la.
Right.
Dude, I love that. I mean, even the G.I. Joe guys couldn't hit anything.
Right.
You know, it was just blue and red lasers. Pew, pew, pew.
But you see,
and the other half was knowing half the battle.
Right, exactly. And those guys had it right, because I don't think I knew anything about G.I. Joe at that early age. And then I saw that cartoon, and I lost my little mind.
Oh, man, dude, I collected the whole run on Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, just at Pensacola Comic-Con, I picked up G.I. Joe number 20, the silent issue, where it's just Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, actually, he had one on the shelf for like $100, and I was like, it's a little rich for my blood. He goes, psst, come here. I'm like, what? He's like, over here. And he had one in the box for like $20. I'm like, so
nice.
Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe. All right. Next on my list is September 13th, 1955. U.S. patent number 2,717,437 is issued to George D. Mistral for Velcro.
I thought that was the Men in Black. thought the Men in Black gave us Velcro.
You can't
sure about that?
Everything that Hollywood
Read that
tells
number
you.
back again. I think you got it wrong. I'm like, where the hell are you reading that number?
But because it's part of the deal, right? Somebody might want to Google it and prove me wrong or something, right?
Right. I'm just going to assume you're right. Just for once in your life, you might get something right.
But what's interesting about it is this guy developed Velcro from walking through a field and the little cockleburrs that catch
I hate
on his
those
clothes.
things.
Yeah. Well, he looked at it really close under a magnifying glass or microscope, and he saw how they were designed as little hooks, and he's like, we could make this into a fabric as a fastener.
That's brilliant.
It is brilliant.
People are smart. Some people are smart. Some people are really stupid, but that guy was smart.
He was.
What's next?
Yeah, what's next?
Can't top Velcro, man.
IT guys are going to hate this one. September 14th, 2000. Microsoft releases the Windows Millennium Edition operating system for a limited time promotional price of $59.95, replacing Windows 98 and Windows 98 Second Edition, probably the worst edition of Windows.
What about Vista? Vista was pretty bad.
ME was horrible. Look, I have a machine still running at the house that has Vista, and it for all the basic tasks, it does it just fine. It'll surf the net and all that.
But not ME?
ME was bad news. It was
twitchy
really
like a crackhead at a methadone clinic.
Half baked. Oh, it was terrible. So
what's next?
September.
You know, some IT guys out there twitching right now. Got a little eye twitch.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, September 15th, 1995. I believe it's Angelina Jolie's first film, or if not one of her early ones, but the cult movie Hackers is released.
Yeah, she had like short hair and she wore like this white thing.
Oh yeah, no, I love that movie. Of course, you can't believe anything that's in it. There is no Cookie Monster virus.
No, you sure about that? And the dude, what he rode around on a skateboard like the villain.
Oh, what was his?
He had an obnoxious voice.
He did, and I don't remember his name. It was like the Scourge or something.
Yeah, it was something like
goofy.
that. Yeah.
And then Penn is in it from Penn and Teller.
Really?
Penn Jillette, yeah. He was one of the sysadmins.
You know, it's funny. My boy Mitch Parzinski, that was one of the first movies he bought on Laserdisc. The big, huge, gigantor Laserdisc.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Laserdisc player. We're like, woo! Now it's like, yeah, he had a Laserdisc player.
Yeah.
Poor schmuck.
No, but
Sorry, Mitch.
That's one of those, guilty pleasure type movies for me. It's just, it's
I can
fun.
see it. It's a good movie. Good, it's a stretch, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
All right, you're really going to like this next one.
I doubt that, now that you said that.
September 17th, 1984. Sees the release of the Transformers cartoon.
Oh, my God!
Yes, exactly.
See, why did they never make a crossover cartoon for that? They made, IDW did a G.I. Joe Transformer crossover. No, I think even Marvel might have.
Marvel
they
did,
They did a
I had it.
Series.
Yeah, I had that way back in the day. Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, no, it was animated in Japan and South Korea. It's based off of Hasbro's Transformer line,
Megatron,
which itself is based on the Diaclone and Microman toy lines, originally created by a Japanese toy manufacturer. And then, of course, it was supplemented by the feature film Transformers the Movie in 1986.
Yeah, that was a letdown for my childhood.
Why?
Because they killed everybody in it. It's like if you were a model, your car year model was 86 or lower, you're getting killed. Those poor little Toyota vans, Ironhide and Ratchet got killed.
Yeah,
you're in a Toyota minivan, you must die. But they killed everybody. Brawl, Cliff Jumper, I know them all.
No, yeah.
My very first, I'll never forget my first Sunstreaker.
Yeah.
Got them on the wall. They redid it. They redid a whole bunch of the original Transformers.
Cool.
Got them for like $15 at Target.
Nice. All right.
What's next? We're almost out of
this
time.
last one I have.
Waxing poetic.
You're right. I have a little build up for it. September 18th, 1951. Directed by Robert Wise, starring Michael Rennie and Patricia Neal, 20th Century Fox releases the science fiction film The Day the Earth Stood Still.
The black and white one?
Yeah, it's a cult classic.
Klaatu Verata Nikto?
Yes. And which
I said the words.
Yes, and this is such a great film, guys. It's really, there's a lot of history and stuff around this, a lot of reference. The Kalatu Baradu Niktu, of course, is in Army of Darkness.
Yes.
Right. And then the science fiction double feature song from Rocky Horror talks about...
Oh, really?
Yeah. What was it? Michael Rennie was ill the day the air stood still.
Oh, yeah. But what about when they remade it with Keanu, man? That was a great flick, man. I can't do a Keanu voice. It's the best you get.
Did they remake it? Because
yes, they did with Keanu Reeves.
I must have blanked it out. I must have tried to block it from my mind.
Miss much.
Yeah.
It was a visual feast for the eyes, but a flaming turd in the dialogue.
So, guys, it's always good to go back to this old stuff and check it out, you know. So, birthdays, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, on the 12th, Joe Pantoliano from Goonies. He was the Matrix trilogy.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. I'm blanking.
Not Cypher. He was the guy who turned on all the folks in the Matrix, right? In the first movie.
I don't know. Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
Damn it!
On the 14th, Walter Koenig, Chekhov.
Oh yeah.
Yes. On the 15th, Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah. He did this god-awful movie called Man of the House, where he was a Texas Marshal protecting cheerleaders.
Oh, geez.
It was bad.
On the 16th, Mickey Rourke.
Oh, the wrestler. But he was also in They Live.
No, Mickey Rourke, who was
the movie The Wrestler, right?
I don't remember. I just know he was in Iron Man.
Whiplash. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. In the 18th, Jada Pinkett Smith, who's also in The Matrix, and on the 18th, James Marsden. He was Cyclops in all the X-Men films.
Nice.
Yes.
You know what that music means, Brian?
It means it's time to go.
Yeah, so like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check out the Instagrams, follow us on Spreaker, Spreaker.
And guys, we're going to be at all kind of events coming up. NOLA Horror Film Fest, Louisiana Comic Con, Contraflow.
Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
We are Fox Sports. We are Fox Sports 1280. WODT New Orleans, an iHeartRadio station.